We're not gonna do this the right way, we're just gonna do it the doing it way. All right, it is the first day of winter and I just picked up a new battery for the Backhoe a couple days ago. Let's go put this in the Backhoe and see if we can get this thing running, because I've got a project here that I think I'm gonna need it for pretty soon. So getting the Backhoe running isn't the only thing I'd like to do. I'd also like to get this load of wood out of the back of the truck onto some sawhorses here. So for it being the first day of winter, it's actually not that cold. It's maybe 47 degrees and sunny. It's really nice. Perfect for working on the Backhoe. So the battery that's always been here in the Backhoe doesn't fit exactly the greatest. It kind of wiggles around in here a little bit. There's these little tiny brackets here on the bottom that the battery should fit in. So I've always just left it this way. This is the way it came when I got it, and this battery has worked for, gosh, we are closing in on 4 years now. And the charging system hasn't worked for a while, so the battery's lasted fairly well actually. But I decided it was time to go ahead and get a new battery because I need this machine running. I don't have a chance to fix the charging system yet, which I was kind of dragging my feet on swapping out the battery until I fix the charging system, but at the end of the day, I need the Backhoe to run so I can do some work with it. I went to Walmart. I took some tape measurements of this battery first, and then I went to Walmart, measured and measured, looked on the internet to try to see what size battery normally goes in here, and I think it's a 26R. And I've always thought I would like a regular top post battery so that the jumper cables don't get in the way of the hood closing here. But it turns out, when I was thinking about it more, due to the shape of the hood, where it comes over and down for the gas tank, that having jumper cables clipped in here actually makes more sense. If you have them clipped in on top, then the wires are gonna have to bend over around that corner and come out. The price is the same for this one, which is a 75 versus the Group 26, but I like being able to put the jumper cables in from the side here because the gas tank really needs to be down for this machine to run. So if you're trying to jump something, and assuming my charging system actually works, you'd want the hood down while you're jumping. So both batteries were the same price, but the 75 class one actually has another 25 cold cranking amps, which isn't a huge amount, but basically it's got 550 instead of 525 that the Group 26 has. Now that said, I did go ahead and buy some new side mount terminals. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but I bought them just in case. This machine cannot stay running indefinitely on a dead battery, as we've seen in previous videos where I was using it to load up all the scrap metal. No, it has to have a little teeny bit of charge in the system, basically so it can keep the fuel solenoid, which is down here somewhere, open. Because if we don't have enough power for that, then the machine doesn't get fuel and it turns off. So yes, the ignition system and all that, once it's running, it's fine. It self-generates spark. We're not drawing electricity from anywhere else, but we need something to keep that fuel solenoid open. So I do want to fix the charging system, but not today. Enough talk, let's get this battery swapped out and see if this old girl will fire up for me. I guess you can always do that, shear it off in the battery. That was unintended. That's my fault for trying to do it like that. Now I know what can happen. If you try tying these too tight, and I was kind of wondering about that, you separate the lead, which I don't know if that's actually a lead on this one, from the steel threaded part. Just popped right off of there. Thankfully we have a set of new ones. Oh, it's coming. Sweet. About now I'm starting to wonder if I actually have a battery terminal brush that I could use to clean these off. And about now I should probably go check. Well folks, I can't find my battery terminal brush, so either I don't have one or I grew up somehow without ever getting one. I know I didn't for a long time, but I thought I'd gotten one potentially in the not too distant past. I'm even more sure I had some spray to prevent corrosion on the battery terminals. I can't find that either. We're not gonna do this the right way, we're just gonna do it the doing it way. Feels pretty tight. Don't tell anyone, but I think I'm gonna run it like that, and I think it's gonna work just fine for what it is. All right, new battery is installed. Let's see if this thing will start up now. Oh, that's great. Turns over real fast. It does need a little more choke than that though. Turn it off too quick. All right, so we got the backhoe working. That's great. And I almost forgot. I have somebody that's interested in buying a lawnmower deck. I think I've got what they need right there. John Deere Piranha 44 for a LX 176, which should be what this is. Looking on eBay, these decks are pretty expensive. Like one sold for like $700 something free shipping. So I got to figure out, what do I want to sell this deck for? Because I do need to get stuff moved out. I want to make some return. But it seems like local people do not like to pay a whole lot for parts, which is understandable. Like they want something that's like cheap. So I have to figure out, is it worth it for me to try to sell that deck online and ship it, which is a hassle. You gotta pull it, you gotta picture it, list it, wait for it to sell, store it somewhere. And then when you sell it, you gotta ship it. And then hopefully they don't file a complaint or anything like that. And that's a big deck to ship. You could try to sell it local pickup only, but I don't think we have a huge market here in Oklahoma. Not like over on the East Coast where the population's a little more dense. And also, I don't know the condition of this deck, so I kind of just need to get this thing checked out real quick. Maybe pop the mower out of here, move it around a little bit, get some of the leaves off of it, and kind of figure out what the condition of the deck is. So we'll see. Well, from what I can see so far, the deck looks fairly decent. You can only see so much the way it is right now. So I think I need to go ahead and see if I can pull this thing off. It looks like it's a quick release, like the front that just pops out once you undo the back. On the back, it looks like you just pull those locking things out right there. I don't know if you can see them. See if we can get this deck off real quick. You know, if I could only have one tool around here, it would probably be these Cobalt channel locks. I don't know if these are like the 6-inch version. They're like just right for doing a ton of stuff. I mean, obviously you can use them in place of a wrench, in place of a pipe wrench. You can use them for pliers stuff because they've got just enough. They're almost straight, but I mean, I guess that's about a 45-degree angle on there. They're stout enough you can use them as a hammer on stuff, which I have done before. I don't know if these ones maybe, but I feel like these are just a really versatile tool, and I find myself grabbing these a lot. Actually, I have 2 pairs of these now. One I bought new, and another, they came in a set of used tools. A lot of used tools I got. It's frozen in there a little bit. I'm gonna have to take some tension off. Probably gonna have to pick up the mower a little bit. Got it! Whew. That's one. That one's even more stubborn. It has a little more space, but I don't know, it feels like it's binding a little bit. All right, I got it pulled out of that top hole there. That U-shaped piece, basically, it pulls out and you can swing it around. Hopefully that's all that was really holding the deck on. Roll it forward to see if we can get it out of there. There we go. A lot of the problem is just the fact that the mower was on flat tires. Not a lot of clearance and a lot of dirt and stuff on here. The deck is only held on by these two clips here that pop through here like that. So the bracket fits down in here and this goes through and pins it. Same thing on this side. Watch it slide through there. Yeah. And then the front one just kind of popped out of these brackets right there. This deck is in good condition. It's got a little wear and tear. Just needs a good wash. All right, so we got this deck off. The backhoe was pretty helpful in moving this mower around and stuff. Good to have that thing running again. I think I'm gonna try to see if I can sell this deck to the guy for $200. I'll let him know that they're worth quite a bit, and we'll see if he's willing to pay up for it or not. I think that this one's in pretty decent condition. A lot of grease evidence on there. And the mower itself, we should also be able to get some more money for in the other parts, because we've got a gas tank, a grill, transmission, and engine. Assuming that the gas tank is still good, which I can't tell for sure yet. But these John Deeres, some of them are real money makers depending on the condition of what's going on. The engine on this one, I don't know the condition of that, so it may just be like a 4 parts engine, but it still could be like a couple $100 for that. Transmission, probably $100 for parts. The grill, we're probably looking around $100 for that grill, maybe $100 for the gas tank. So there's definitely money to be made here, depending on what I feel like the condition of these parts are. We got this deck out of here, that's great. Let's see if we have time to do anything else today. Let's see if we can get the truck unloaded. So what do you think of this strapping job? Right around the back, down to my hitch. Is that fair game? Is that okay to strap down there? I figured it was the best way to make sure nothing was going to slide out. I did run one strap from that hook there to that hook there. Well, I ran out of time the other day, so now it's today, which is 2 days later, because that was Saturday, and this is Monday. So let's go ahead and see if we can get the stuff unloaded. All right, that's done. Let's get this truck out of here and let's move on to something else. Distracted looking at pickup trucks on the marketplace. I'm sure that never happens to any of you. All right, so I've got some people interested in some mowers, which is good. It's always good to get some stuff cleared out. And they're interested in that one there and that one there. 2 different people. This one here, I picked up for free really early on, so we're probably talking 2020. And I was amazed that someone gave away a mower for free that ran. However, it had a knock. Never really did much with it. I used it for some parts, I think on the deck linkage to sell another mower. It had a boat seat on there, I pulled that off. I think the engine's locked up now, unfortunately. No, it's not locked up. I probably could have done more with that mower. Well, I could have sold the transmission, it worked fine. I was really excited way back then when I got it. Unfortunately, here it is, been sitting here for a while, and somebody's offered me $65 for it. Well, they offered me less, but we worked it up to $65. So I'm gonna see if I can get this thing out of here and just get some more space. Unfortunately, I got a lot of stories like that where just never had time or never made time to give a mower the attention it needed, or if it didn't need attention, just get rid of it. Transmission probably would have been worth $125, $150. Looking back, I probably should have just yanked that transmission out of there and scrapped the rest, maybe sold the engine as a parts engine on eBay for $100. But here we are today with, you know, like 70 lawnmowers, so we're fine getting rid of a few of them like this, making $65 off something that was free. We need the space because I want to get other stuff in here that might be worth more and be able to make more money on. And other mowers out here, I can still make a lot more money on than I could have off of this one, probably. We're fine getting rid of that one. We are also letting go of this one here. The guy's offered me $150 for it. And I went ahead and I'm accepting his offer. That engine could be worth a ton, but there's no starter on it. I've never heard it run. Don't really know anything about it. Obviously the mower itself was pretty rough. I don't think it's locked up, but this is a nice mower. It was John Deere 325. It had like the hydraulic deck lift, I believe, and hydraulic steering. I paid too much for this mower, and I'll tell you why. So I was on a vacation somewhere. I got a message from someone who was wanting to get rid of like a, what was it, a Cub Cadet commercial zero turn. And I was interested, and I thought it was going to work out. I got back from the trip. I can't remember if they sold it before I got there, or if I found out when I got there it was sold. I was kind of a little annoyed about it because I thought we had a deal going, and it was going to be a really pretty good deal, I thought, for myself, obviously. But the zero turn was gone, and in wake of that, you know, kind of not wanting to come home empty-handed from the deal, I bought this mower, and I paid way too much for it. I think I paid, I can't remember, I thought it was $400, maybe it was $200. I paid too much money for it, I think, considering. But I say that, if it was like the only mower I had and I had time to focus on it, maybe I could have fixed it up and got it working. But still, without the hood, it was never going to look nice, and the hoods are expensive. All that to say, I've had it for a while now. I think I bought it in a moment of weakness. I was trying to get more for it, but realistically, $150. Let's go ahead and get this thing out of here. I do have a deck somewhere. I don't think the guys saw it in the picture, so I'm not going to include the deck because I think I might be able to get some money for that separately. The grill was on it back then. I think someone else bought the grill already, so I'll send him some pictures after I pull it out, because I think it may have had the grill mounted with these metal bars in the pictures that he had seen. So that's the plan. Let's see if we can get this mower out of here and that mower out and be ready for some sales. That one's already broken. I was popping a wheelie there. I put my outriggers down and it pulled it forward. I think I about got it now. Trying to figure out if I can use my boom or if I need to drive it. All right, we got it out free now. Need to drop this thing back down. All right, that's one of them done. Now let's go see if we can get that other one. Well, I came over here to do what should have been a normal task of moving my regular 0-turn mower, but it wouldn't start. And I kind of remembered that I think I tried to start it a little while ago and it wouldn't start. So there's fuel in the fuel filter. It would crank over. There's fuel in the tank. The fuel valve is on. But then I realized that I need to check my fuel solenoid. Of course, that's like the #1 culprit. And sure enough, I wasn't hearing or feeling any click down there. So I cycled the key a bunch of times. And now you can hear it click down there. Then I realized that I didn't have the choke on. I cranked it and the battery died. So I got my jumper pack. Hopefully it fires up easily now. I'll tell you, I've got my money's worth out of that thing. Perfect. Is my pilot clogged? It dies after a few seconds there. Interesting. It's dying out when I give it gas, so let's try choking it and then bringing it down to full throttle. Shouldn't be dying like that. It got a little better there. Maybe I need to run it some, but I knew it was having, in the past it's had a little bit of a lope at idle. All right, well it runs, so that's what I need for now. The rest will be a problem for another day. Let that thing run for a little bit and charge up the battery and hopefully clear some of the fuel out. And, I don't know. Anyway, I need to get these decks moved and then I should be able to bring the backhoe in here and drag this puppy out. Try not to damage that. These hoods get brittle. Alright, got the tires aired up. This one's a little soft again, but that'll probably be okay. Pull out to move tractor manually. Okay, yeah, that was out. Okay, good. Will it roll? Oh, the body's not attached. Well, that's lovely. Let's go grab that deck, bring it down here with the forks, and then we should be done with this. All right, we've got all these items out here now, pretty much ready to sell. Should be $200, should be $150, should be $65. It's funny how the most expensive was the easiest. Maybe not. It was a little bit of a pain to get it off. We'll see if we make a, what would that be? 200 or 150, so that'd be 350 plus 65, that'd be $415 potentially. And that much more space here, which means we're that much closer to being able to get more interesting stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the battery charger on the backhoe. I don't want to kill that brand new battery we just put in. Hopefully we can sell those parts. All right, we've got someone come in today actually to pick up the deck, so hopefully that goes smoothly. Hopefully it's $200. How are you doing?
Not bad, how are you?
Good.
It's good to meet you. All right. How much you asking?
Yeah, it's hard to say. 200.
Let's take 140 for it.
I'd take 150. that deck is gone. The guy who is actually buying it is from Maryland, who's here visiting family or friends or whatever over the holidays. I guess he was having a really hard time finding one of those decks. So we were gonna sell it for 200. He looked at it, and I know they're gonna have to ship it. We couldn't tell how bad the rust is around it. I think it's pretty solid. He's gonna take a chance on it, but I went down to 150. We got that deck out of here. Whew, all right, I need to get these two mowers out of here. That guy backed out, and that stinks, but that happens. And I had someone else interested in the engine. I told him, hey, if the first person backs out, then okay, we'll try to work something out. I told him, hey, the other person backed out. Would you do the whole mower for 80? Because I didn't really want to sell it for 65 that badly. He's like, yeah, okay. Does the engine work good, or is the engine good? That's all I'm really interested in, is the engine. I was trying to sell the whole thing for 80 because I didn't want to take the engine out. I told him, well, it used to run good, but it had a knock, which is the same thing that my listing said. And I think he's going to pass on it. So sometimes people don't read the whole listing. All right, well, I think the guy who's hopefully buying this mower is coming in just a few minutes. So should be $150. I don't think I'm going to go down on this one because I think it's worth it. And yeah, seems like everybody's backed out on this mower, so that one may have to go back. We'll see. This might be all we get sold in this video. The deck and this mower right here. Hopefully it sells, and that's $300 and a little more space back there. The guy should be here in just a minute or two.
So you've been fixing all this time?
I ran out of time. I don't fix a whole lot anymore.
I feel your pain. I do.
I only have like 70 mowers, so.
Because you.
I mean, I've got my ramps over there if we need to use them.
Hey, not too bad.
Oh, good job.
Not really bad. Oh, praise God.
The steering wheel. Is that all the clamps off? Is that one off?
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. A mower is gone. That's great. I've had that one for a little while. It's good to get rid of things sometimes. Very nice guy. Barely got that thing fit in there. He had to unbolt the camper shell and basically pop it up, get the mower in there, and then bolt it back down on top of the mower. Worked out. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you found it a little bit enjoyable or entertaining, and maybe you learned something. We got a few things accomplished around here, and we got a little money. I think we made $300 overall. I think I just got $150 here. We already got $150 for the other sale. Unfortunately, the sale for that other mower did not work out, but that's okay. We'll keep moving on and getting more stuff done. Stay safe, keep making stories. We'll catch you on the next one, and don't be afraid to go break a wrench.